welcome back to the episode of Stories of Horror. Another episode we dive into the mysteries and the unknowns of the world. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Without further ado, hit the intro. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stories of Horror. This is episode 12, the first episode of the new year. And by the title and by the thumbnail, you've probably already seen that this one is about the original story, or where Bloody Mary originated from and where it came from. You guys probably heard of the game before. A lot of people used to play it, especially growing up in elementary school. I remember like a lot of people around the school used to try to play it. They go in the bathroom, turn the lights off, and be like, Bloody Mary, trying to conjure her up or something like that. Now, I never participated in the games. My mom and my grandma always told me to don't try to conjure up any evil. Don't try to mess with forces you don't understand. So I never played any Bloody Mary games like in the mirror in the bathroom. I know some kids used to play it a lot in elementary school. It's kind of like they're like, oh, let's try it, Bloody Mary. I seen her from the mirror like that. They used to try to scare people and trick people and stuff like that. But this is we're gonna dive into the story today of the where it originated from. Most of the stuff on the channel about the stories of horror that we do, the topics we did, like the vampires and werewolves. I knew some of that about that stuff, and what's another one? The aliens, like and stuff like that. I knew a little bit about that too. Now this one, I had no clue. I didn't know anything about the original story of Bloody Mary. I just thought about the idea a few weeks ago. I was like, I could add that to the list to discuss, and I didn't know too much about it. So I'm gonna be learning. I learned some stuff while researching and writing some stuff down, getting some details about where it originated from. So hopefully you guys learn some stuff too. If you guys already know it, let me know in the comment section down below. Without further ado, let's get into the story. Some of you may know of or heard of Bloody Mary, a murderous, creepy spirit who is said to appear when her name is mentioned in the mirror 3 times. But the inspirations behind Bloody Mary comes from Queen Mary of England. Queen Mary was born on February 18, 1516 in Greenwich Palace in London. Mary would eventually become queen, even though her father wanted his heir to be a son that he kept trying to have. As queen, Mary reversed many of the policies and laws her father and brother made, and she reinstated new laws, one including a law which punished heretics by burning them at the stake. Another brutal leader throughout history. We've seen a lot of brutal leaders throughout history, people doing different things and ruling a certain way. We had one on the channel in the first week of Stories of Horror, and it was Veli Impaler who used to impale his victims, let them stay out there and just bleed to death in the sun. And now we see Queen Mary, who goes out there and just burns her victims. She wanted them to be confined into the Catholic Church, and they was defying that decision. She just burnt them alive as a way of punishment towards them. And I know some people will say, well, if they're accustomed to that, they think that's the way you should run things and do things, that is not really, that's the way they think it is, then it's all right. But I know some people like me will say, even if you're accustomed to that time, and that time had what rules of doing this, and they was ruling this way, you always have a conscience. You know when things are good and things are bad, and you know when it's right and when it's wrong, like that. So I don't really believe into the other stuff, like just being accustomed to the things around your environment, because you always can make a decision. And Queen Mary made a decision to be a brutal leader and a very dangerous leader, and that's kind of how she got her moniker of being, Bloody Mary, and like very murderous and evil, and like the way the public viewed her in that sense. And now let's get back into the rest of the story. Queen Mary used these executions to put Protestants in fear, so they would return to the Catholic Church. The Protestants wasn't discouraged about a cruel leader. They continued to do what they did, and they continued to be defiant, and this led to almost 300 of them dying by getting burned alive. And this also led to Queen Mary getting her moniker as Bloody Mary. And that's how it all originated. It's not the full detail, but it's just like a summary of the things I got, the important things, how like the moniker around the name, the legend around the name, and how she kind of got that, like they kind of viewed it like that. The public want to make sure that people remembered her as something evil, something cruel, and gave her the moniker of Bloody Mary. And I never played the Bloody Mary game. I don't know if the Bloody Mary game is real. I don't, how folklore works. Throughout history, like the legends, the story changed. People maybe say like, oh, you can conjure her up, but you can summon her because her spirit lives on. Her evil spirit is still going back. I know she died in 1558 of ovarian cancer like that. So I don't know if that draws into the Bloody Mary thing, moniker or something like that. I don't know exactly like that, but I just got the details of the most important stuff of her being a brutal leader, an evil leader, and the way the public viewed her. They viewed her as that evil like queen. And you know, the game came about. People just started like doing the stuff like that. You know how the games happen nowadays. We've seen the Charlie game with the pencil game that originated from that kind of like was modernized from that Mexican pencil game of like you can talk to the other world. And when we've seen people play that little one game where you're supposed to close your eyes and they're supposed to rub your their hands on your eyes and supposed to say it was a red door, yellow door, something like that. The game like that, and you're supposed to put you somewhere else in a different world to talk to people on the other side. We've seen the Ouija board game and people using the Ouija board to talk to the things on the other side, and spirits and forces they don't know. Tarot cards. There's a lot of different things that people use to say they can. They kind of statements, and they say like you can speak to people on the other side, or you can talk to demons, you can talk to the devil, talk to all types of stuff like that. So I don't know what's true and what's not. But I never played the Bloody Mary game before. I never played the Charlie game before. But if you guys played the Bloody Mary game before, the Charlie game, let me know in the comment section. Let me know a story, or so you can send me a story or something like that. Maybe discuss it on the channel one of these days. A little live story reading like session or something. But before I end this video, there's actually a video I got to show you guys. The clip at the end. As a short film I watched before about Bloody Mary. I thought it was very cool and very clean the way they did it and the way they portrayed it in the story. So here it is right here. No, I'm a big fan of horror. I'm a big fan of short films. As you guys probably see, actually, you know what's crazy? In my room, I don't have any horror like posters. I have a lot of like anime, a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Dragon Ball Z and Inuyasha and stuff like that. But I don't have no horror poster. I need to buy some. Maybe I should get some to add on the wall as well, like that. But been a big fan of horror stuff. So like when I see like I like watching the short films like that. When my sister always watching those little short films of people popping up and popping out of nowhere and stuff like that. It's always great to see like that. And I feel like the best horror movie last year was probably Smile. Smile was a very good horror movie. Nope was cool too, but Smile was very good and it had a lot of good twists, and they kind of brought like that good sense of like a horror movie back like that. So if you guys haven't seen that movie, so you'll see that movie. But I thought just add that at the end of the video. But yeah, that's all I got for this video today. It's a shorter one like that. But next week we're gonna have a very big one. It might be 20 minutes, might be 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. It's gonna be a very detailed one, a very good one, talking about a case dealing with Ed and Lorraine Warren. There's a lot of cases dealing with Ed and Lorraine Warren. I'll give you a hint like that. You guys can guess and see which one it is in the comment section down below. But this is all I got for the video, and I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Stories of Horror. Peace out.